Guys, I'm here at Boo Boo's Happy Hour. I'm going to show you something I've been using here lately. I'm catching a lot of fish on them. I just started using these a few days ago. These are slab snatchers. And it's I use the cocaine. I've been using the cocaine right there. And you can get them at Gerard's Tackle. I mean, they're a nice jig. I mean, put together. And I like the, you can see that there's some blue back here, and that sparkle, a little bit of blue. I like that little bit of blue, especially if the sun comes out. It's 1/16 cocaine, and I've been catching fish on it. I used all kind of different ones, but I really like this new jig I've been trying out. I'll show it to you real close. See that? I don't know if you can see that or not, the blue in it right there. It's got the blue in it. I really like that blue and the silver, especially if the sun's out. Something I do a little different than most people. I don't know. They always say, well, you tie that tight and you keep pulling that knot back here so it stays, horizontal, stays. But what I do is I don't have to worry about that. I just put I put a hoop in it. Double that over like that, and I just take 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I bring that jig back through the loop right there, and I try to keep that loop down there as close as I can to the jig. Right there. There we go. And I don't want that down there snug, but I want it tight. I want this knot tight. There we go. Snip this tag end off. I'll show you why. You don't have to worry about sliding that knot up here all the time when it comes down, looking straight up and down. So right there's why. See how that thing kind of stays sideways? Now when you get down in the water, it just lifts up. The other one, if the knot gets on the end, you're straight up and down. You're just going by, but making that knot in the hoop like that, it just, keeps that more lifelike. That's how I think anyway. But I've catching a lot of fish on that cocaine. That guy's making them slab, what are they called? Slab Snatcher Jig Company. You can get them at Gerard's Tackle. He's got every color. I'll tell you something else I bought too is the kind of the grass shrimp color. I like that grass shrimp color too. That'll work good in in the hyacinth and patches of grass where the grass shrimp are. But you might want to stop in and get you some of these and try them. I mean, they're selling out pretty quick because they must be catching them on. That's the reason it caught my eye. I mean, they went back here and it's about all gone. So I'm telling you, when you're out there jigging though, this is what I do. If I want to mess a fish, of course I jig, but then I'll take a bucket of minis with me, buy $6 worth of minis, and just put a couple mini rigs out. Just put out a couple mini rigs, throw and just kind of jig around. Put a couple mini rigs. Get your bobber stop. Put your bobber stop on there first. Right there, the bobber stop. You can slide that up and down, however your depth is. And then get your float, small floats. That float will slip back and forth. You understand what I'm saying? A pretty good size split shot. I think that's a number 4 split shot. And it takes that float about halfway down. Well, when it takes that float about halfway down, there's not much resistance when that crappie or speck grabs a hold of that hook. Of course, you use small hooks. I use 28 mustads, size 28 mustads. But I'm telling you, if you try that, take you a couple mini rigs and get you some of them slab snatcher jigs at Gerard's Tackle. I'm telling you, you'll catch some slabs with them. But I want you to look how that knot's very important. Something else is important. A lot of people don't do it. But take that rod before you start jigging, especially if you're out there in about 8 foot of water, and see how deep it is. If it's 8 foot, you ought to be down there 7 foot with this jig. Wherever it is on the pole, that's how deep you want to go with that jig. You know, if you're in 8 foot of water and you're jigging 3 foot of water, you're not going to catch anything because they're not up there in 3 foot of water. Now, if you're in the bank where it's 4 foot, yeah, 3 foot will do good. But if you're out there in deep water, you need to be down there about 7 foot. That's 7 foot's dang near, you know, about almost to the cork on this 10-foot rod. You know what I'm saying? So if you do that, I see a lot of guys that are jigging too high. They're down on bottom, guys. Go clear to the bottom, come up about 1 foot. I don't care where you're at, 3 foot of water or 8 foot of water. Go down where you got slack in your line when you drop it down, and then, you know, come up about 1 foot and just take, and it's like, I always say, it's like ice fishing. You know, take your time, be very, very slow, be very, you know, don't get in a big hurry. Don't think about getting in the numbers. If you get 5 or 6, that's a mess. That's a mess of fish, mess of specks. I mean, 10 inches long. You don't have to go out there and get 25, a limit every time. I mean, go out there and get your mess and throw some of the other ones back. I mean, for another day. But try that. Works for me. I mean, that's what I've done. That's forever. You know, even with minis. I mean, with the mini on there, I'll make that loop. I won't tie that knot right directly to that eye. I'll make a loop right there so it's sideways, even with minis, so it's bouncing up and down. Anyhow, get you a couple bobber rigs like this, throw them out with minis on it, and jig around a little bit for 10, 15, 20 minutes, and move up, do it again, you know, move up, put your rigs back out. You'll get you a mess of crappie. Stop in at Gerard's, they'll fix you up. They'll get you all this stuff. You know, again, try these jigs right here, these new jigs out there. You know, I mean, I like that blue. And I like how it just looks like a little shiner. So that's what I like about it. And I like a little longer tail like that's got on it too. Most jigs, they don't have that longer tail, you know. So, slab snatcher jigs, guys, try them out. Over and